Before volumizing mousse, hot air brushes, and expensive salon treatments, women in the 1950s were creating incredible hair volume with techniques that have almost disappeared. And that's exactly why she wore it, because the look wasn't an accident, it was engineered. And some of these tricks still work surprisingly well today. In fact, if you've ever wondered how women manage to get those perfectly sculpted waves, enormous crowns, and hairstyles that seem to defy gravity, the secret wasn't always the products. It was the technique. So let's go back to the 1950s and uncover 7 forgotten hair tricks that gave women that signature, larger-than-life volume. And number 7 is probably the easiest one to try today. Trick number 1. Setting the hair before styling it. Today, we're used to grabbing a curling iron, creating a few curls, brushing them out, and hoping for the best. But women in the 1950s understood something important. Volume starts before the final hairstyle. Hair was often set in rollers while it was still damp, or after applying setting lotion. Once the hair dried completely, the rollers were removed and the curls were carefully shaped. The result wasn't just curl. It was structure. The hair had memory, and because the curls were created in a controlled direction, women could brush and shape them into those beautiful waves without immediately losing all the volume. The modern lesson? Don't think of rollers as old-fashioned. Velcro rollers, heated rollers, and even certain overnight methods can still create impressive lift, especially at the roots. The trick is allowing the hair to completely set before disturbing it. Trick number 2, backcombing. You might know it as teasing. And yes, women were absolutely doing it. But there was a difference between randomly attacking your hair with a comb and actually using backcombing strategically. Women would take sections of hair, lift them away from the head, and gently push a comb toward the roots. This created a compact foundation underneath the smoother outer layer of hair. Suddenly, a hairstyle that looked soft and polished could have dramatically more height. And here's the important part. The teasing wasn't supposed to be visible. The outer layer remained smooth, while the hidden hair underneath created the support. This technique is still used today for everything from glamorous updos to red carpet hairstyles. But there is a modern warning. Aggressive teasing can cause unnecessary breakage. So if you try it, use small sections, a gentle touch, and avoid repeatedly ripping the comb through tangled hair. Trick number 3. The right brush could make all the difference. In the 1950s, hair wasn't simply brushed until it looked neat. Brushes were tools for shaping. A woman could use a round brush to lift the roots while drying, or a bristle brush to smooth the surface of the hairstyle after setting. And here's something interesting. The famous smooth finish of many vintage hairstyles wasn't necessarily about having naturally perfect hair. It was about controlling the outer layer. The underneath sections created height. The top layer created polish. That combination made the hair look thick, smooth, and intentional. You can still use the same principle today. Create your volume first. Then smooth only the surface. If you brush everything flat from the beginning, you can accidentally brush away the very volume you were trying to create. Trick number 4. Cold air was your friend. This one sounds almost too simple, but temperature mattered. Women knew that heat could help shape the hair, while cooling helped the style set. That basic principle is still used in modern blowouts. You can lift a section of hair with a round brush, apply warm air, and then allow it to cool while still holding its shape. Some modern hair dryers even have a dedicated cool shot button for exactly this reason. And if you've ever finished a blowout and immediately walked outside only to watch your volume disappear, you already know why setting matters. The heat helps create the shape. The cooling helps lock it in. Trick number 5. Don't overload the roots. This might sound strange, coming from an era famous for huge hair, but women weren't necessarily putting heavy products everywhere. Too much product near the roots can actually weigh the hair down. The goal was to create support without making the hair heavy. Setting lotions, light sprays, powders, and other styling aids could be used strategically rather than coating the entire head. And that's a lesson worth remembering today. More product does not automatically mean more volume. Sometimes the opposite happens. If your roots are constantly falling flat, the solution may not be another handful of product. It might be using less weight near the scalp and focusing your styling technique where you actually need the lift. Trick number 6. Sleep could be part of the hairstyle. Yes, really. Maintaining a hairstyle didn't always mean starting from scratch every morning. Women used techniques to protect carefully styled hair overnight. Depending on the hairstyle, hair could be wrapped, pinned, or arranged so that the shape wasn't completely destroyed while sleeping. This was especially important when a hairstyle had taken significant time to create. And there's a modern version of this trick too. If you've spent an hour creating a beautiful blowout, you don't necessarily want to flatten it against a pillow 8 hours later. Wrapping the hair, using suitable rollers, or loosely arranging it before bed can help preserve the shape. The idea is simple. There's more to it than simply creating your hairstyle. Protect it. And finally, trick number 7. Volume wasn't always created by making the entire head bigger. This is perhaps the most important trick of all. 1950s hairstyles were carefully designed around where the volume appeared. The crown might be lifted, the sides might be controlled, the ends might be curled under, and the front might be shaped into a smooth wave. In other words, volume had architecture. It wasn't just bigger hair, it was strategically bigger hair. And that's why some vintage hairstyles look so incredibly polished. The volume is concentrated in specific areas rather than being completely uniform. You can use the same idea today. Instead of trying to make every strand of hair huge, decide where you want the height. Maybe it's at the crown. Maybe it's around the face. Maybe you want fuller-looking ends. Then create volume exactly there. Suddenly, your hairstyle can look fuller without requiring an enormous amount of product. And that brings us to the biggest lesson hidden inside all 7 of these forgotten 1950s tricks. Women didn't necessarily have magical hair. They understood preparation. They understood setting. They understood shape. And they understood that the secret to long-lasting volume wasn't simply putting more things on your hair. It was creating the right foundation. Today, we have incredible technology. We have advanced dryers, styling creams, mousses, sprays, heated brushes, rollers, and countless products promising bigger, fuller hair. But sometimes the best technique isn't the newest one. Sometimes it's the one we've forgotten. So the next time your hair refuses to hold volume, don't immediately reach for another product. Try changing the technique. Set it, lift it, let it cool, protect it. And most importantly, give the hairstyle a structure that can actually hold. Because the women of the 1950s may have had fewer styling gadgets than we do today, but they certainly knew how to make their hair stay put. And maybe that's something worth bringing back. Do not read aloud. Visual, editing, and pacing cues only. Cold open, 0 o'clock, 0:10. Split screen or quick cut comparison. Modern volumizing mousse. Hey tools versus a 1950s salon photo or archival clip. Text overlay. 7 forgotten hair tricks. Intro line. Number 7 is probably the easiest. Quick flash forward preview clip of trick 7 to create curiosity gap. Cut back to trick 1 immediately after. Trick 1, rollers/setting. B-roll of vintage roller setting photos or reenactment. On-screen text, trick 1, set before you style. Numbered lower third graphic for each trick, consistent style throughout. Trick 2, backcombing. Close-up demo shot of backcombing technique. Small section, comb toward roots. Overlay text, hidden layer equals support. Consider a brief slow-motion insert of the comb lifting hair. Trick 3, brush choice. Split visual. Round brush versus bristle brush side by side. Text callout, volume first, smooth second. Trick 4, cold air. Sound design cue, dryer sound effect, then a distinct click SFX when the cool shot button visual appears. Show a round brush holding a section while cool air is applied. Trick 5, product warning, visual gag/cutaway of overloaded roots, product buildup, versus light application, comedic beat if tone allows. Trick 6, overnight protection, B-roll of vintage hair wrap or scarf, modern equivalent shot, silk wrap, loose pinup, side by side for before/after framing. Trick 7, architecture of volume. This is the emotional/social insight peak, slow pacing, minimal cuts, let a single strong visual, finished vintage hairstyle, hold the frame longer than other segments. General, keep the one-line dramatic beats. It was structure. The hair had memory, paced with brief pauses in the VO recording, flag for the voiceover tool, eder so they don't get compressed into a rushed run-on.